Hello students, in this class we will start with the new series of NCERT. We will start with chapter 1 class 6 of geography. So what we will start with is the first chapter, the earth in the solar system. Now starting with the word solar system. It is the region of the universe near the sun that includes the sun, 8 planets, their moons or satellites and objects like asteroids and comets. Now let's assume this is our universe and there are various types of galaxies. You all know that we live in a galaxy known as Milky Way or Akash Ganga. Also, the solar system is within this galaxy. We can also say that the solar system is the smallest element of this universe. So, this is the basic idea of how this chapter will look like. So, let's start with the chapter now. First, we will come to the most important point in this topic, celestial bodies. The sun, the moon and all those objects shining in the night sky are called celestial bodies. First, coming to the word celestial bodies. In the night, sky is filled with tiny shining objects like diamonds appear to be twinkling. We also see the moon appearing at different time in different shapes at different positions. So all the sun, moon and shining objects in the sky are celestial bodies. We can also say that it is any natural body outside the Earth's atmosphere. These bodies are called stars. We can also see that star is any natural body which appear to be twinkling. For example, the sun is also a star which is very bright. Coming to the next important point, constellation, which is very important for your exams. A constellation is an area on the celestial sphere in which a group of stars form pattern, typically representing an animal or an inanimate object. Some constellations are Great Bear, the Little Bear, Taurus the Bull and Gemini the twins. Guys, you must have noticed that all the objects look smaller when seen from a distance. While watching the night sky, you may notice various patterns formed by different groups of stars, which are called constellation. It is a group of 7 stars that form part of large Ursa Major constellation. In ancient times, people used to determine directions during the night with the help of stars. The North Star indicates the north direction. It is also called polar star. Talking about planets, we will read further about the planets. This is a brief diagram of solar system which represents Sun and 8 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Coming to the point, the Sun. It is the next important topic in this chapter. The Sun is the center of the solar system. It is a huge and made up of extremely hot gases. It provides the pulling force that binds the solar system. The Sun is the ultimate source of heat and light for the solar system. It gives energy as light, which includes light, infrared energy and UV light and radio waves. It is composed of hydrogen and helium, and the distance between Sun and Earth is an astronomical unit which can also be represented by AU. Also 1 million Earths could fit inside the Sun. This is very important topic in this chapter. Coming to the next topic, planets. We all know that we have 8 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, these are inner and rocky planets. Further, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are called outer planets. Among these, the gas giants Jupiter and Saturn, and ice giants Uranus and Neptune. Beyond Neptune, a newer class of small worlds are called dwarf planets, including Pluto. A dwarf planet is a celestial body resembling a small planet but lacking certain technical criteria to be called as planets. We all know that Pluto was considered as planet, but in a meeting of the International Astronomical Union, a decision was taken that Pluto, like other celestial bodies discovered in recent past, may be called dwarf planets. We have already read about the term dwarf planets. Coming to the next important point, the Earth. The Earth is the third nearest planet to the Sun. It is the fifth largest planet, which is slightly flattened at the poles. That is why its shape is described as a geoid, which means an Earth-like shape. Further, it is the densest planet in the solar system with average density of approx 5.52 grams per cubic centimeter. 70% of Earth is covered in water, and Earth is mostly iron, oxygen and silicon. It is the third planet from the Sun and gives us food, shelter, air and everything we need to survive. Then we will come to the next important point, the Moon. We all know that there are various natural satellites in the universe. Mainly the Moon is also the one natural satellite of the planet Earth. It is the fifth largest satellite in the solar system. It is a rocky satellite that orbits the Earth and has a thick rocky crust. The Moon's size is almost same as that of Sun. That's why the Moon covers Sun nearly precisely during the total solar eclipse. Reading it from the book, Earth has only one satellite, that is the Moon. Its diameter is only 1/4 that of the Earth, and it appears so big because it is nearer to our planet than other celestial bodies. This is important point. It is 400 kilometers away from us, and you can compare the distance of the Earth from the Sun and that from the Moon. There is nothing important. These are some human-made satellites. A rocket launch, rocket falls back to the Earth and satellite enters the orbit. This is how the satellite enters the orbit. Then we will talk about asteroids. In figure 1.5 there is a figure of asteroids. We can say that these are the minor planets made up of rock, metal and other elements. They are too small to be called as planets. Apart from the stars, planets and satellites, there are numerous tiny bodies which also move around the Sun. These bodies are called asteroids. Like we can see in the figure 1.5, this is a rocky planet which is smaller in size. That's why we don't call this as a planet. That's why these are asteroids. Coming to the word meteoroids. The small pieces of rock which move around the Sun are called meteoroids. Sometimes these meteoroids come near the Earth and tend to drop upon it. During this process, due to friction with the air, they get heated up and burn. It causes a flash of light. Sometimes a meteor, without being completely burned, falls on the Earth and creates hollow. Basically, it is a small body moving in the solar system that would become a meteor if it enters the Earth's atmosphere. This is Milky Way, a galaxy. Our solar system is a part of this galaxy. In ancient India, it was imagined to be a river of light flowing in the sky. As we can see that this is very bright. and that's why we call this as Akash Ganga. A galaxy is a huge system of billions of stars and clouds of dust and gases. There are millions of such galaxies that makes the universe. So these are some important topics in this chapter, the Earth in the solar system. Further, there are MCQs and exercises which you can solve it by yourself. We have read about the Earth, the Moon, asteroids, meteoroids, Sun, planets, constellation and celestial bodies. This is all about this chapter. Number 1, the Earth in the solar system. Students, for more videos, like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.